page 23 of the Nigerian Tribune. On that same page of the Nigerian Tribune, Enugu government sets to demolish property used for kidnapping. Details come your way. Ondo establishes Amotekun Rangers to curb forest crime. Page 20 of the Nigerian Tribune. Away from that, CBN records all-time high remittance inflows of $553 million in July. That's on business and economy update. It's on page 7. On page 26, 21-year-old undergraduate contracted to heart as girlfriend killed by ritualists in Kwara State. It's on Metro News, the City Call Crime News. Lekki communities family give Lagos governments 30 days ultimatum over land acquisition. It's on page 25. Now let's move straight to politics. Fubara denied plan to dump PDP. A rider under that says Wike must go for People's Democratic Party PDP to survive. Clark tells Damagun in an open letter. We get to know it's on page 2. On page 3, talking on politics. 5 years after trial, AGF office has no record of ex-CGN Onogen CCT's case file. We get to know details of that. Enugu government sets to demolish property used for kidnapping. It's on page 26. And the last story I'll be taking on the Nigerian Tribune, the last but not the least, is on the foreign scene. United States announces $27 million humanitarian aid for Nigeria. It's on page 13 of the Nigerian Tribune. And that's all I have on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
Alright, if you are just tuning into Iri 96.1 FM, this is the Morning Rush with Opeyemi Hamid and Olatunbosun Alao from Eremo. And now to the Guardian newspaper. On page 6, that is the list story there. Duty fertilizer rate shift 100 times in 2024, spike prices of goods by 120%. And I have the story on that. Prices remain sticky over high forest rates, frequent charges and uncertainty. And we have the breakdown of the monthly average duty forest rate. If you are interested, well, to read it more, to read the story, it's on page 6, and there is a monthly breakdown of a monthly average duty forest rate there. And moving on from that, so news analysis page. Why environmental impact reports are failing stress test. It's on page 4 on a panorama page. And then PC's OPEX salaries hit 2.9 trillion naira in 2023, up by 70%. Moving on from page 2 to page 6, that's on our news page. Don't provoke strike with handling of Ajaro's invitation. NLC caution police. On page 30, northern leaders meet over regions of future. It's on page 30. Still on page 30, amid hardship, Bauchi distributor surveys to 6 emirs as UVs to 6 emirs. On page 3, Tinubu's foreign trips cost Nigerian 2.3 billion naira in 6 months. Moving on from that, at the last story I'll be taking, Apex Court affirms Shaibs as a dual deputy governor, overturns Bellows ruling. It's on page 3, and do well to read more.
The Vanguard newspaper is what I will be taking us through this morning. Let's take a look at the headlines making the round this morning. It's Iri 96.1 FM. Police invitation to Ajaero, we won't be silenced. And LC disclosed it on page 5. Riders under that says the red workers to shut down economy if Ajaero is arrested. As global workers groups, CSOs orders raise alarm over Western rights abuses in Nigeria. Why Ajaero turned down police invitation, Falana disclosed. Demands full details, nature of allegations. Says Ajaero can only honor invitation August 29. Others can be found on page 25 of the Vanguard newspaper. Police invitation to Ajaero. 3 years on the throne. The hardest lesson I learnt. Olu of Warri disclosed this on page 23. Away from that, costs of governance. Will we cut 10 billion naira from COP29 expenses? Presidency disclosed. Police gain fuel to arrange protests, says activists at Deoju on page 9. Diaspora remittances rises 130% to $553 million in July, CBN disclosed. Right of it also threatens Nigerians telecom sector, Afeba Balola says. And on the foreign scene, we plan PFN to Tinubu. Nigerians are hungry. Eastern Renewed Hope Agenda Nigerian in diaspora. Let's go pay some bills. When we come back from the commercial break, we give you other headlines making the rounds on our dailies. Do not go anywhere.
Erie 96.1 FM. We are the king. Do you know that with just 1,000 euros, you can relocate to live, study, and work in Europe? Oh yes! Starting from 1,000 euros, your dream to relocate to Europe will be a reality. This is another golden opportunity brought to you by You Fit Fly to relocate with your family to countries like Spain, Croatia, Bulgaria, Albania, and many other countries in Europe too numerous to mention. Join the array of our success story now. Visit You Fit Fly office at Block B, Plot 15, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Main Estate, Ring Road, Ibadan, or call 0808-636-3181 or 0901-111-1190. Website youfitfly.com. Market starting from 1,000 euros. You will live, study, and work in Europe with your family.
It is good to take your business to the next level. Iṣẹ́ alọ́sókè tó bá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Succeed Supreme Concept Limited. Ilé iṣẹ́ alùpùpù tó mọ̀ nípa ẹni wá. Ìbàdàn làwà o.
Succeed Supreme Concept Limited. Ilé-iṣẹ́ alukoro tí kì í jánikulẹ̀. Arch Transport Services bá ní pèsè irúfẹ́ mọ́tò yòówù tẹ́ nílò lọ́jọ́kọjọ́ nígbàkigbà. À ń bá ní ti ilé àtọ́fíìsì ṣe. Cleaning services. Bí ẹ fẹ́ ra lẹ̀ talẹ̀. Iṣẹ́ wa ni àwa ètò property. A tún ta fóònù lóríṣiríṣi. Àwa ni event planner tó kájú ẹ̀ fún gbogbo ayẹyẹ tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ ṣe. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la tún bá ní polówó ọjà lórí rédíò, tẹlifíṣọ̀n tàbí newspaper. A tún ṣe branding motor, cup, t-shirt, face cap àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la ń bá ní polówó ọjà lójú big board. Signage. Ẹ̀kan sọ́fíìsì wa tó wà ní Moron Fọlá Abẹ́gbẹ́ shopping complex. Opposite Alákíá overhead bridge. Airport area Ìbàdàn. Telephone 081-2828-4747 tàbí 091-5111-5000. Succeed Supreme Concept Limited. We take your business to the next level at a cheaper rate.
Feeling stuck? Need a boost of inspiration? Look no further. The dew of motivation is here. You are listening to Erie 96.1, your favorite radio station for non-stop classics. We are the king.
Thank you for staying tuned to Erie 96.1 FM. Ibadan. We're still on the first segment of this program. Now I have this Danish paper with me. And the first story I'll be taking says CBN declares $553 million remittance inflows amid forest reforms. Another story I'll be taking on page 5. on TNC. 1.7 trillion naira required to complete 129 ongoing transmission projects nationwide. It's on page 5. Another story I'll be taking says SAN's activists others give incoming CIN Kekeriekon 6-month timeline to initiate reforms. It's on page 12. On clerk, Wike must leave PDP for party to survive, and it has a single rider under it. Party inaugurated disciplinary conciliation committee today. Moving on from that to NLC seeks time extension for Ajaros to annul police invitation, threaten strike with us double riders. AI accuses the federal government of targeting labor leaders, attempt cripple union. RTUC condemns the alleged intimidation of trade union. And that's all I have on the front page of this day's newspaper this morning.
Daily Trust is a newspaper. We want to look into the headlines making the round on that front page. Concerns as 43 die. Concerns as 43 die of food poisoning in 2 weeks. It's making the round this morning on the front page of the Daily Trust with 2 riders. Farmers, agri workers blame hoarding, importation of substandard items. They blame them on the concerns of 43 died about food poisoning in 2 weeks. The federal government warns against indiscriminate use of preservatives. Now, NMA says avoid expired products in relation to the concerns as 43 die of food poisoning in 2 weeks. Details would come your way. It's on page 4 and 5 of the Daily Trust. And we have pictorial looks of more Yobe farmers take delivery from Governor Mai Malami Bunin's agri empowerment implements inputs across more local government areas. In case you're interested in that story, pick the Daily Trust newspaper this beautiful Wednesday morning for details of the headlines making the round. And that's all I have on that front page of the Daily Trust.
Okay, Olatunbosun.
Okay.
I have the Nation newspaper, and that is the last paper we'll be taking on the first segment of this program. And that's on page 2. On NNPCL, petrol sales for half eat landing cost. Petrol sales for half of eat landing cost. It's on page 2. And we have a pictorial illustration of Yobe farmers taking a delivery of Governor Mai Mala agricultural empowerment implement input across more local government areas. If you're interested, do well to read more this morning. And that's all we have on the front pages of our national dealings. We have to go on a very short break. When we come back, we will be back with the second segment of this program, where we give you more details of some of the lead stories read to you.
Erie 96.1 FM. We are the king. Nigeria, something big is here. Are you scared of acquiring landed properties due to lack of trust and authenticity? Do you have to wait endlessly to get your red copy survey after every property purchase? Worry no more, because You Fit Homes is here to do things differently while providing solutions to housing challenges in Nigeria. With properties in Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Ilorin, and now Ibadan, You Fit Homes is here to make you a property owner. Get 50% launch discount off the actual price on our Ibadan property located 10 minutes to the train station at Ido and 10 minutes to Monia train station. We won't just issue you a CFO. You also get a red copy survey right after you buy from us. Visit our head office at Block 8, Plot 15, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Main Estate, or call 0812-020-0803 for more enquiries. You Fit Homes, home for all. Hello there. Are you in need of hotel accommodation within and outside Nigeria? Wherever and whenever, let You Fit Fly do your bookings for you for the best and low price hotel accommodation for you and your family in any country of the world. You Fit Fly possesses the Midas touch to get you settled. Ìgbàkígbà tẹ́ bá ti wá fẹ́ ṣèrìn àjò nílẹ̀ yìí tàbí níbikíbi lórílẹ̀‐èdè àgbáyé, You Fit Fly ní kẹ́ ẹ rọ̀gbọ̀kúlé kí wọ́n bá yín ṣètò ibi tẹ́ dé sí nínú àwọn àgbàyanu ilé ìtura tí fini lọ́kàn balẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe ń fẹ́ láṣẹ bá yín ṣètò ẹ̀ yálà fẹ́nìkan lọ́kọláya tàbí fún gbogbo ẹbí. For the best hotel accommodation therefore at an affordable rate, book now by calling 090-1111-1190 or 080-9300-2096. Website youfitfly.com. You Fit Fly, your dependable companion for the best hotel accommodation anywhere in the world.
Erie 96.1 FM. We are the king.
We're glad you're still very much with us on your darling radio station, Erie 96.1 FM. And in case you're just joining or tuning in, this is the newspaper review program on Erie 96.1 FM titled Morning Rush, where we get you updated what is happening in Nigeria and also across the nation. Information as far it's knowledge. And at time, we give you details of the headlines making the rounds across the nation. My colleague right here will kickstart with our own beautiful story.
All right, I still have the Punch newspaper, and I'll be quick starting with the lead story on the Punch newspaper, which says an NPC report 9.3 trillion naira petrol import as queues lingers. And the story says the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has confirmed that the federal government incurred a debt of 5.1 trillion naira in under recovery and energy security expenses for fuel importation in 2023. It also stated that a total sum of 9.38 trillion naira described as receivables was incurred on behalf of the federal government in 2023 for fuel imports. In its financial statement for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2023, the National IFM explained that 6.25 trillion naira was incurred under domestic crude oil supply and 3.1 trillion naira under other receivables. Receivables also regarded as accounts receivable are debt owed to a firm by its customers for goods or services used or delivered but not yet paid for. There is more to this story. What is your take on this story? An NPC report 9.3 trillion naira report import as Q-Linger. What is your take on that story? And you can track the story up on the Punch newspaper.
The story I'll be taking is also coming from the Punch newspaper, talking about terrorism financing. LLC mobilizes for nationwide strike over Ajairu's invitation. Wow, interesting. The story reads, following the ongoing face-off between its Nigerian police, the leadership of Nigerian Labour Congress has asked its members to be ready to commence a nationwide strike if need be by midnight on Tuesday. The Labour Centre said in a communique issued after its emergency National Executive Council in Abuja that it had directed all the state chapters and affiliates to mobilize workers for an indefinite strike from midnight if anything happened to the LLC president Joe Ajaero, who was invited by the police for questioning over terrorism financing allegation. The police invitation to Ajaero comes weeks after the policemen conducted a night raid on the NLC National Secretariat in Abuja. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, while justifying the raid, said the police were on the trail of one of the terrorists who masterminded the crisis in Sudan. The police added that the raid was to search for seditious materials in connection to the recent nationwide and bad governance or hunger protests which turned violent in parts of the country, particularly in the north, where some protesters were seen waving the Russian flag and demanding President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's resignation. And on Monday, the police said Ajaero should appear for questioning at 10 a.m. over allegation of terrorism financing and reasonable felony. There is more to that story. Terrorism financing. LC mobilizes for nationwide strike over Ajairo's invitation. Wow, this is interesting. This is amazing. Well, let's know your thoughts. Share your thoughts, your opinion. Why is the LLC president Joe Ajaero invited for terrorism financing? Not just terrorism financing. We have criminal conspiracy. We have reasonable felony. We have subversion. All this allegation levied against the LNLC President Joe Ajaero. Let's see who is on the track to win. Is it the government or the Joe Ajaero NLC President? Now we've seen the leaders, the Association on the Solidarity Movement, Justice for NLC President Joe Ajaero. For you to be part of the conversation, your thoughts to that story, 090-5696-9961. Let's share our thoughts. It's still the Morning Rush newspaper review program, Erie 96.1 FM.
Akume Edun lead 10-man local government autonomy implementation panel. The federal government has inaugurated a 10-man inter-ministerial committee to enforce the Supreme Court judgment on local government autonomy. The Supreme Court had on July 11 granted local government across the country autonomy. An Apex Court 7-man panel in the judgment delivered by Justice Emmanuel declared that the 774 local government councils and the country should manage their funds themselves. In a statement on Tuesday, the Director of Information and Public Relations, Office of the Secretariat to the Government of the Federation, Shegun, said the federal government had set up a committee for the implementation of the judgment. He said the Secretariat of the Government of the Federation has inaugurated an inter-ministerial committee to enforce the Supreme Court judgment delivered on 11th July 2024, granting financial autonomy to local governments in Nigeria. Speaking further, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of Economic, the Attorney General of Federation and Minister of Justice, the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning and the Accountant General of the Federation are members of the committee. Others are Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Other story says, Emotion added that the objective of the committee was to make sure the local governments in the country enjoy their autonomy. He said the committee's primary goal is to ensure that local governments are granted full autonomy, allowing them to function effectively without interference from the state government. This move is in line with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's effort to give appropriate implementation to the provisions of the Constitution, which recognizes the local government and the third tier of government. There is more to the story. What is your take on that? Akume Edun lead 10-man local government autonomy implementation panel. And the number to call to share your thought. So let us know what is your take on the stories. 09056 969961 09056 969961.
And in response to the invitation of the President of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC Joe Ajaero, by the police, on allegations of criminal conspiracy, terrorism financing, treasonable felony, subversion and cybercrime. The labor movement has responded, and in response, it's boldly saying on the Vanguard newspaper this morning, says, "We won't be silenced over mass suffering in Nigeria," NLC disclosed. The trees. The NLC said it remained committed to its opposition to mass suffering and hunger occasioned by the anti-people policies of the federal government, saying some interest groups are doing everything possible to silence the current leadership of Congress. It also called on its affiliates to shut down the economy should Ajaero be arrested by the police. This is as human rights activist and lawyer to the NLC chief Femi Falana, the senior advocate of Nigeria, explained why Ajaero could not honor police invitation for him to appear at the force headquarters yesterday, saying the Labour leader can only appear on August 29. Anger grows over police invitation. This came as global workers groups and civil society organizations in the country, including Amnesty International Nigeria, Action Aid, among others, yesterday expressed against Ajairo's invitation by the police. One of the leaders of NLC said there are grand designs by some interest groups to silence NLC under the current leadership, but they fail to understand that we cannot be silenced. There is more to that story. It's on Vanguard newspaper this Wednesday. We won't be silenced over mass suffering in Nigeria. Honest listeners out there, is it because of the end ban governors? Is it because of the mass suffering? Is it because of the hardship in the country? Let's get to know your say to this. We won't be silenced over mass suffering in Nigeria and NLC, as the NLC chairman president Joe Ajaero has been invited by the police on cyber criminal conspiracy, subversion, treasonable felony, and many other allegations. Let's see the roots of the matter. 09056 969961. Let's have your say to these.
All right, I have still with the Punch newspaper, and I have this story. The story has, I think, Olatunbosun has gone to another level on fake degrees. Uganda, Kenya demand Nigerian student verification. Examination boards in Kenya and Uganda are now writing Nigerian to verify records are presented by Nigerian candidates seeking admissions into tertiary institutions in their countries. The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board made this known in a document for the 2024 policy meeting. JAMB noted that the document, though it would not falsify the record of any student, while stressing the need to protect Nigerians' tertiary education from disrepute. The development comes on the back of the federal government decision to suspend the verification of degree certificate from Uganda, Kenya, Benin Republic, Togo, and some other countries over allegation of certificate racketing. In March, the federal government set up an inter-ministerial investigative committee.
Good morning. We have a call. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. What is your name? What's your name, sir?
My name is Monsoko. I'm calling from Ibadan.
Okay. Welcome to the show.
Okay. Concerning the Ajaero issue and the NDC Palava.
Okay.
I still don't want anybody to talk to know.
Sorry,
the problem.
please come again with your name. Hello, sir. Could you please come again with your name and where in Ibadan are you calling from? Just.
Hello?
Hello, is your name, please? Where in Ibadan?
So it's not unconnected with the way the strike went successfully, and now they are not the government, the federal government is not comfortable with that. So that is why they want to pay him back the 70,000 or no 70,000. They want to silence labor. Hello?
We with you, sir. We are with you.
So that is just it. The allegation can go longer. That is why when we talk of him, a case of Dangote will still come up. The cabal are there. They will not allow anybody to wake up. If we talk to you, they say no. So if we come to talk, what I would recommend for Nigerians now is the Muslim organized that region and the organized prayers, make God settle Nigeria, Christians organized, and the traditional worshippers organized. That's the only God can help us. But if you say we face this or face this, now there's a real 10-man committee for autonomy of local government. Good. When problem is too much, we will not know where to face. And they continue to rule us. It can take us anyhow where they like. It can be that president, it can be one party, it can be one religion. They can, when confusion too much now, say, if you don't want this religion, you are not in Nigeria. And they will face you. So what we do is, let us pray in our own beliefs. Let God settle Nigeria. Thank you, sir.
What's your name and where you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from Akufo in Ibadan.
Akufo in Ibadan. Your name?
My name is Chief Ikemba Moses Oku.
Chief Ikemba Moses, you said we need prayers for this intervention
We need to
economy.
we need to pray for God to settle Nigeria issue.
Thank you.
That is.
Thank you so very much, Chief, for your say.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, God bless you.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay, don't forget to live on Facebook at Erie 96.1 FM, and that was Chief Moses from Akufo. Thank you so much for being part of the show this morning. And I will continue with the story. The story I have that on fake degrees. That on fake degrees.
Good morning. We have a call.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Mariam.
Yes, this is Miriam. I'm calling from Odejari.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I believe one of the major problems we are facing in Nigeria is fuel scarcity and hiking price, which contributes greatly to all the prices on ground. So I believe it has also affected the cost of transportation. So I want to plead with the state government, because if you are expecting anything from this federal government in Obule, it's like kicking a dead horse to me. So I want to plead with the state government to please provide support for their residents. And I also believe that the only system, but I keep saying it, the only system that we have here in Oyo State is really helping people out. So I'll plead with the government to please roll out more, so that it will be a means of relief for the people. That's my say. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for your valuable thoughts.
Yeah, still on fake degrees. The story says, in March, the federal government set up an inter-ministerial investigative committee on degree certificates mailing to probe the activities of certificate marketers following an investigative report published by Daily Nigerian, which exposed the activities of fake degree mills in the Benin Republic. Daily Nigerian reporter Umar Audu revealed that how you obtain a degree within 6 weeks, and even proceeded to embark on mandatory youth service under the National Youth Service Corps back in Nigeria. The investigative report, which exposed the illegalities perpetrated by some tertiary institutions in the West African countries, led to the Nigerian government placing a ban on the accreditation and evaluation of degrees from Benin Republic and Togo. There is more to the story. What is your take on that? Still on fake degrees. Uganda, Kenya demand Nigerian students verification. What is your take on the story? And you can head over to our Facebook to drop your comments. That we will definitely take them in the course of the program. Yes, we will take them.
Still from the Vanguard newspaper, one of the top stories making the round this morning is on fuel scarcity. Hipman urges NNPCL to supply petroleum products to members. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Hipman, Musimi Dipo, in Ogun State on Tuesday yesterday has called on the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited and LPCL to supply its members petroleum products worth 75.142 billion naira paid for since June. And according to the association, the current fuel scarcity in the southwest region of the country was due to refusal of the management of NLPCL to make petroleum products available to its members 3 months after payment. Ipman therefore appealed to the federal government as well as other critical stakeholders in the oil industry to prevail on the NNPCL management and ensure that the corporation desists from withholding petroleum products from its members so as to lessen the hardship being experienced by the state citizens. And speaking with journalists in Abeokuta, Ogun State capital, the Ipman Musimi Dipol chairman Otumba Femi Adelaja said its members have since June this year made a deposit payment of a whooping sum of 75 billion naira to the corporation for supplies through the Lagos private depot owners, but NNPCL refused to make the products available to its members. There is more to that story. On fuel scarcity, Hipman urges NNPCL to supply petroleum products to members. Now it's glaring, though we need to hear from the horse's mouth too. Hipman is pointing and accusing fingers on NLPC for not delivering the petroleum products to the appropriate quarters on time after spending a whooping sum of 75.142 billion naira. Your say to these is that the NNPCL, the Ipman or the federal governments adding to the burden of the masses in terms of fuel scarcity. Let's get to know your say. 09056969961 is still the number to call. Or what is the current situation of fuel in your own area, your local government, your jurisdiction, your state? We have a call. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Ruth calling from Alaska.
Ms. Ruth, welcome to the show.
Thank you. You know, the masses should be allowed to breathe. This hunger is becoming unbearable, which calls for urgent intervention from the government. By reviving our refineries, especially the oil transport, to start for operations so that this actually can come to an end. Our later year is 1,000 naira. If you even see, transportation is high. Out from Gate to Alakia here, it's 200 naira before. Now it's 400. So I just urge the state government to please roll out more movies from buses because that was really relieving us because the transportation is just 150 naira. Otherwise, to go with every morning, everywhere I'm going to work. So I will just urge the federal government, they should please let our refinery start working because this hunger is really, really unbearable for us again. Good morning.
Good morning, Ms.
Good morning.
Blue.
The
Thank
hunger is unbearable. The masses are talking. The voice of the people is the voice of God. 09056969961. It's Morning Rush on Erie 96.1 FM.
All right, we have to go on a short break. When we come back, we will be back with more details this morning. Don't go anywhere. Okay.
Before we go on a short break, quick one. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
to
morning.
you, sir. What's your name?
Ademola from Ibadan.
Mr. Ademola, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Ademola.
Thank you very much. You see my people, Devasana. They came to the station yesterday.
Okay.
And they were part of the program, and so and they did well. So we appreciate the effort of the USM and our EGA staff. So concerning the fuel scarcity as prices and other things, some people are ordering the petrol, and it gives them things people don't like to. And some people are saboteurs. So they take you, and it can get on people's nerves and other things. So the marketers should do the needful to make fuel available. And concerning the police and the agile, the police have been battling kidnapping, terrorism, colonial, and other things. And some people, they are financing some people, and some people are behind it. So, concerning agile, people, police receive information, their information was invited over terrorism, financing, and education. So police is justified. So Agile and others stand to be corrected, so they should appear in August.
All right.
And concern the local government and so the local government is not in isolation. And the law has defined what the local government can do. The law has defined what the state can do. So the local government will receive allocation and state will receive allocation. So they have to work together. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. That was Mr. Demola from Ibadan. Thank you so much.
For your valuable contributions always. All right, let's go
we
pay.
We will be back shortly.
Let's go pay some bills. It's important.
Erie 96.1 FM. We are the king. You fit fly.
Do you know the key to unlock your dreams of traveling abroad to different destinations like USA, Canada, UK, Australia, and other countries in Europe is at your doorstep?
All you need do is just pitch your tent with You Fit Fly, and we shall show you the world in comfort. Oh yes, we're still leading in ticketing, flight reservation, airport transfer, special vacation, hotel reservation, international travel consulting, tour package, travel insurance, and holy pilgrimage,
including IELTS
and others.
If you therefore wish to study abroad or travel to different countries around the world, we are here to give you that opportunity.
At your Fit Fly office, Success House, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Main Estate, Ring Road, Ibadan. Telephone 080-9300-2096. Website www.youfitfly.com. With You Fit Fly, you shall see the world in comfort. Do you know that with just 1,000 euros, you can relocate to live, study, and work in Europe? Oh yes! Starting from 1,000 euros, your dream to relocate to Europe will be a reality. This is another golden opportunity brought to you by You Fit Fly to relocate with your family to countries like Spain, Croatia, Bulgaria, Albania, and many other countries in Europe, too numerous to mention. Join the array of our success story now. Visit You Fit Fly office at Block B, Plot 15, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Main Estate, Ring Road, Ibadan, or call 0808-636-3181 or 0901-111-1190. Website youfitfly.com. Market starting from 1,000 euros. You will live, study, and work in Europe with your family.
Erie 96.1 FM. We are the king.
We welcome you back from that commercial break, and thank you for staying tuned to Erie 96.1 FM Ibadan. And this is the last segment of this program. We're still back with more details this morning, and on the Vanguard newspaper, I have the story that says Naira down to 1,610 Naira per dollar in parallel markets. The Naira yesterday depreciated to 1,610 Naira per dollar in the parallel market from 1,600 Naira per dollar on Monday. Similarly, the Naira depreciated to 1,592.06 Naira per dollar in the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market (NAFEM). Data from FMDQ shows that the indicative exchange rate from NAFEM rose to 1,592.06 per Naira per dollar from 1,579.22 Naira per dollar on Monday, indicating 12.84 Naira depreciation for the Naira. The volume of dollars traded that overturned in NAFEM fell by 6.5% to $152.26 million from $162.99 million traded on Monday. Subsequently, the margin between the parallel market and NAFEM rate narrowed to 17.94 Naira per dollar from 20.79 Naira per dollar on Monday. There is more to this story. And if you are interested, you can track it up on the Vanguard newspaper. Naira down to 1,600 Naira and 610 Naira per dollar in parallel market. What is your take on the story? The number to call is 09056 969961. 09056 969961.
Quick one, the last story I'll be taking out of my hand this morning is coming from the Punch. Politics 2027. APC kicks as PDP backs call for Jonathan's return. The story reads, the opposition People's Democratic Party has thrown its weight behind the call for former President Goodluck Jonathan to join the presidential race for 2027. In the past few weeks, there has been a growing rumor that northern elites and politicians are not happy with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration and subtly yearning for a change of government in the next election. 4 days ago, Bauchi State Governor Senator Bala Mohammed also lent his voice to the agitation, vowing to jettison his presidential ambition if Jonathan agrees to consent and contests. Mohammed gave his blessing at an event organized by a non-governmental organization, Safe Africa Initiative in Abuja. There is more to that story. Politics 2027. APC kicks as PDP backs call for Jonathan's return. Will Jonathan's return politically 2027 be a big win for Nigeria? Let's get to know much about your thoughts. You can drop your comment on our Facebook page. Because of our time, we will definitely see it. At this point in time, I want to say a very big thank you to each and everybody that has participated. But before we go,
okay, I would like to read some comments from our Facebook audience. We have copies of comments there. Sulaiman Sharif, good morning and more divine grace to you all. Thank you so much. $100 million for presidential jets in other side, fuel subsidy in other side. So obviously the federal government of today lack transparency, and they told us that 1 year is not enough to change Nigerians' economy for good. We should endure, but enough to buy jet. Okay, Mr. President, there is okay. Mr. Taiwo Ojo, engineer Paul Oluwole Eshadai. Good morning to you all. Thank you for staying tuned to Era 96.1 FM. Let's do this tomorrow again. Thank you for our callers. Chief Moses from Akufo. Thank you so much. Mariam, Ruth, Mr. Ademola from Ibadan. Thank you so much for staying tuned to Era 96.1 FM. Ibadan, we love you all. Till I come your way next time, I remain Opeyemi Hamid. And let me wish my sister happy graduation to you. I love you and thank you for making me proud. Nafisat Hamid.
Thanks for making daddy and mommy proud. We love your sister. We always say there is always a joy at the end of the tunnel in Nigeria. in God we trust. Nigeria we hail thee. On behalf of our eminence, Dr. SMO Mustafa JP Baba Shebioba, thank you so very much for this wonderful opportunity given unto us to disseminate information. Thank you, Nigerian. Thank you, Nigerian diaspora. Thank you, all your states. Ibadan. It is Erie 96.1 FM. Keep listening to exciting programs. I am Olatunbosun Alao. Do not do what I don't do. Bye for now.
It is good to take your business to the next level. Iṣẹ́ àlọ́sókè tó bá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Succeed Supreme Concept Limited. Ilé iṣẹ́ alùpùpù tó mọ̀ nípa ẹni wá. Ìbàdàn làwa o.
Succeed Supreme Concept Limited. Ilé-iṣẹ́ alukoro tí kì í jánikulẹ̀. À ń ṣe transport services bá ní pèsè irúfẹ́ mọ́tò yòówù tẹ́ nílò lọ́jọ́kọjọ́ nígbàkigbà. À ń bá ní ti ilé àtọ́fíìsì ṣe. Cleaning services. Bí ẹ fẹ́ ralẹ̀ talẹ̀. Iṣẹ́ wa ni àwa ètò property. A tún ta fóònù lóríṣiríṣi. Àwa ni event planner tó kájú ẹ̀ fún gbogbo ayẹyẹ tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ ṣe. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la tún bá ní polówó ọjà lórí rédíò, tẹlifíṣàn tàbí newspaper. A tún ṣe branding motor, cup, t-shirt, face cap àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la ń bá ní polówó ọjà lójú billboard, signage. Ẹ kàn sọ́fíìsì wa tó wà ní Moro Fọlá Abẹ́gbé shopping complex opposite Alákíá Overhead Bridge airport area Ìbàdàn. Telephone 081-2828-4747 tàbí 091-5111-5000. Succeed Supreme Concept Limited will take your business to the next level at a cheaper rate.
Ìpàdé àdúrà yìí máa lágbára month of laughter, oṣù ẹ̀rín, oṣù ayọ̀, ó tún ti yá nílùú Fòwàpẹ́ 24 hours with God, ọjọ́ kan pẹ̀lú Olúwa, bàbá tí màmá ṣe bí ọba ń bọ̀, ìwọlẹ̀ rí kan tó bá wá o.
Oṣù ẹ̀rí èmi àti ẹ ti dé. Tálá lágbára ayé tó ló máa gbomi jẹ́ lójú rẹ̀. Ó wá dúró dé ní lọ́jọ́ nǹkan ẹ̀yẹ. Àsìkò tó gbogbo ogun ló máa ṣẹ́ wọlé. Ìpàdé àdúrà náà yìí ló fún wa pẹ́ 24 hours with God. Ọjọ́ kan pẹ̀lú Olúwa. Month of laughter la kò rí ẹ̀. Gbogbo ènìyàn tún yáyà máa bọ̀ ní Ṣebí Ọba National Camp. Lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ Baptist Camp. AP Junction ló fún wa pẹ́ ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn. Lọ́jọ́ Friday ọgbọ̀njọ́ oṣù yìí. August 30 ọdún yìí. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ láago 9 òwúrọ̀. His Eminence Apostle Dr. SMO Mustafa JP. Àti Prophetess Eunice Mustafa. Bàbá àti màmá Ṣebí Ọba lólùgbàlejò. Ìwọ náà máa wà nínú àwọn tó máa rẹ́rìn ayọ̀ lóṣù yìí. Jésù létí rẹ̀ máa bọ̀ kájọ gbàdúrà.
Erie 96.1 FM. We are the king. Erie 96.1 FM. Ó kálé kákó.